Hello. Yep. There we go. Caught it immediately. Big brain. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Is It a Buy, where we talk about stocks and try to determine if they are worth a buy or maybe a pass. My name is Corey. I'd just like to preface the video by saying I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy who likes to talk about stocks, so please take what I say with a grain of salt, all right? Boom. Man, I'm so happy I caught that. I check it now rather than just blabbering on for 15 minutes and then saying, oh, they're probably up with me. So what is up, everybody? Let me say hi to the chat, and then we'll try to figure out what in tarnation is going on in the world of stocks. My, oh my. Stock, Matt, what is up? Welcome. Dog says red rum. You're not wrong. Don't worry, I smashed that like button first. Thank you, Matt. Appreciate it. Diane, hello. Bambino, dang, just got the notification. What's up, y'all? At least you get notifications. Yeah, I don't know why notifications are messed up, man. But lame. Stock says my portfolio was super green today. I don't know if that's facetious or if you're in some really good plays or some plays that are just going against the market, because I don't know how that's possible. Eric, hey, Corey, how you doing? Red is great. Discounts everywhere. I love it. Bambino Corey, what's up? Brodo Baggins, a good one. All right. So let's see what is going on with the freaking stock market. It is absolutely wild and crazy over here. And let's see if we can see what's going on. All right. So obviously we've had two pretty bad red days. I can't recall how bad this one was, but I know we were around $50 previously, right? We were around $50 and we've just been heading downward. We had a beautiful bounce over here around, it hit a low of 38.53, which was like yikes. But that's all right. Thank goodness it bounced. Currently in the after hours, sitting right at $40 and just moved to 1 penny. It's down 0.7% in the after hours. Today it was down 8.85%. We did hit the 10% negative 10% today, so we should be on the SSR list, or have the SSR rule enacted, or short sale rule. So then again, that's never really mattered in the scheme of AMC, but fun fact, all right. And so that's where we are right now. So I'm just going to continue to, I talk about it all the time, so I'm just going to kind of gloss over it. I'm waiting, I'm holding, and that's what I'm doing. I got time. I think I made a Corey play today. Diamond, I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, but I'm very interested to know about it. Eric, that's what I was thinking. I think Stock Kramer is in Lucid, because I see it over here, or I see ILUS. I don't know if that's Lucid, but GME. So, I don't know if you guys see this. Webull updated this pretty cool little thing we got going on here, like a marquee. Can I click on these? Oh, if I click it, it'll open. Oh, these are my stocks that I have that I'm watching. Oh, this is so cool. Anyways, so if I click play, oh my gosh, I can view play. This is so cool. Where would it send it to? Wow, this is very cool. I don't know what these means, but very interesting. Gamestop, all right. So Gamestop was down 6.23% on the day, ending the day at $192.20. Currently in the after hours, up 0.36%, sitting at $192.90. All right. Obviously, just this falling, I don't want to say knife, because it did bounce, thank goodness. But I would assume it bounced around the same time as AMC and stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a lot of stocks just have a huge bounce here, but that's all right. Hey, what's up, home? I wouldn't be surprised at all, right? Dogecoin also going for a bit of a tumble, seeing the double bottom here, right? I wonder if it's going to bounce. I wonder if it's going to get a triple bottom or something. But, I've always said I do like Dogecoin under 20 cents. Under 20 cents is where I personally feel like I'm going to wish that I bought Dogecoin at under 20 cents. Now, I don't know if I have to wait a year, 10 years, or how long I'll wait, but I'll always remember that I did not buy Dogecoin at 20 cents. Even though it's at 20 cents right now, I just can't seem to force myself to buy it. So that's that. Bitcoin, I'm assuming the same. Yeah. So we're seeing here bottom. This might be the double bottom over here, and we'll see if it recovers. Carnival, as we all know, I am watching Carnival. I do like Carnival, but currently it's just obviously all over the place. Look at this gap down. This gap is just not looking solid. Typically it does fill the gap, so theoretically we would have some room in here. Then again, it's only a few pennies, but there is some good movement here that I think is to be had. Diamond says $41 strike expires in 88 days. Oh boy, oh boy. The whole market is on SSR today. DB, I think I'm with you, my friend. What's up, William? Mo says I went blind from watching the market bleed today. To Harry says I bought AMC at 60 and been waiting so long for it to go back. I had hope last week. Now this, yeah, Harry, I'm sure it's rough, but you know what? As rough it is for me, and it's sometimes I get this fatigue. I'm not gonna lie, and I'm sure most of us have felt that at some point. But the fatigue, I just think about it logically, right? Because in the moment, it's like, oh my gosh, why is this happening? And blah 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 and blah. But I think back to when I was at $5 or $10 and everyone was like, this is done, it's over with, you missed the run to $20, you're done. And I was like, oh my gosh, I had that feeling for months, but I was like, you know what, I feel like it's the right play for me, and I just continue to hold. And eventually, as you know, we had the crazy run. So and even then the interest is still in the favor of the apes, which is why I continue to hold, which is why I've saved up some money, and I'm trying to build up my savings again. But I'm doing smaller plays with these other stocks, but I have not touched a single share in my AMC pool. And I personally won't, because I just personally believe in the play so much. But I know how you feel, Harry. Every single ape, I think, has been there, unless they bought on this last run. But all the apes have been there, and so I know it's a little bit scary, but do what's best for you, my friend. What's up, Angelina? Discount Monday. Svan says Evergrande, should we buy AMC? What will happen to AMC then? Svans, that's her name. Sorry about that, Svans. So I really can't tell you what to do, obviously, but Evergrande, should we buy AMC? What will happen to AMC then? I'm trying to work on the correlation between Evergrande and AMC. I don't think they have a direct position in AMC, but what I do see is what is going on with the general market, right? And with that being said, I feel like there's going to be a play within there and if anyone has a good explanation or can help me break this down a little more, that'd be fantastic. But from what I kind of believe or think is essentially it's going to be these companies like Evergrande, these huge hedge funds and institutions and stuff, that they will eventually, there will be some kind of crash. And there's a million different ways it can go. I'm probably not going to get into it right now, but there's a lot of different things that could happen in the stock market that really could cause everything to collapse. Similar, I did an interview with a Tobit Austin, and it was called the House of Cards, because he really still believes that everything is built on a house of cards. And, honestly, I feel that way too. We just changed the vehicle, but it's the same kind of issue from the 2008 stock crash. And where, we're just propped up by terrible, the way we're propped up, the way the economy is propped up is just not ideal, is how it seems. So We'll continue to watch it and see how it plays out. I do think that if everything comes crashing down and these other companies start liquidating their position, I feel like there may be an opportunity for AMC, because if everything goes crashing and these guys are either holding on to the money or whatever they're doing, and they let AMC go unnoticed, then there could be some kind of margin call there potentially if AMC holds strong, which, by the way, we've seen how everything has been going for months, for almost a year now, for 9 months now. It seems like the apes do hold strong, and the apes continue to hold. And I think that if that continues to happen, then there will be a margin call. And if that margin call triggers, then, all bets are off. LC says, what value do you see in Doge? I think you're talking about monetary value, but the value I see in Doge is very specific, right? And I see it for Doge and Bitcoin, and actually Ethereum. I really like Ethereum personally. But for Dogecoin specifically, because Dogecoin is the most random one in my opinion. Bitcoin, Ethereum, they both kind of make sense to me. They've been around. They're like backed by real things. Whereas, they have like a lot of people backing them. But Doge, where I think people underestimate Doge, is, remember, it matters what people want to back. For example, Mark Cuban, Elon Musk, and now we have all these apes who are backing Doge. And that is enough to not let it go anywhere, right? It doesn't have to be the best cryptocurrency. It doesn't have to be the most efficient, the least energy consumption or whatever. It doesn't have to have anything like that. It just needs to have the proper backing. It's like products, right? If you find a product, if you buy microphone, for example, or headphones. Let's do headphones. That's an easy one. You buy headphones. If you buy the Beats by Dr. Dre, right? You're not buying the best quality headphones that are possibly out there, right? That's what they want you to think. I'm sure they're pretty fantastic, but based on the quality and everything, apples to apples, you know what I mean? It's not the same as if you were to buy a pair of $1,500 headphones, right? And it's because of the branding. And so that's kind of what this has going for it. It's the branding. It may not be the best product, but it has the right backing for it, where people are really legitimizing it. And that's what it takes. And that's why I'm so bullish on Doge, just because of all of the momentum and sentiment that is behind it. Oh my gosh, Kramer made 55K today on ILUS, 170K for the month. No way. ILUS. We'll go ahead and click it. That is insane. What does a 1 month look like for this? Oh, that's 1 minute. Range 1 month. Oh, that's what's going on. Huge gains. Now that I know how to do the percentage, we can check the percentages here. We'll just go to where it is now. Conservatively, 409%. Man, especially if you did an option, that could be some serious money. My gosh. You think that's still a good price to pick up some Bitcoin? DPG, for some Bitcoin, I think it probably is a good price. Bitcoin is one that I'm honestly kind of like terrified for. I really don't know what's going to happen with Bitcoin. I feel like Dogecoin, where it's at right now, is it can easily, it seems very attainable. And yeah, you can buy a partial, Bitcoin or whatever. But whenever I look at Bitcoin, I get worried, because Bitcoin is already kind of large, and it has to be stabilizing soon. And let's say it stabilizes, right? And it has very, very minimal growth, minimal change. Well, what's the point in buying into it? To say you have a Bitcoin, let's say it holds strong, and let's say the Bitcoin standard is going to be, $50,000. Let's say it turns into a real currency. Do you want the price of your dollar to change? Heck no. I do not want the price of my dollar, unless it's going to become, my dollar is going to be worth double or whatever. I don't want the price of the dollar to change, because it should just be a dollar. It's a currency. We don't want a fragile economy, right? We want, okay, if I have $10 today, and a year from now it's going to be worth $10. Yeah, there's inflation and blah, blah, blah. But, I want my $10 to be $10. I don't want to put $10 in the bank and I go to get, you know, some ice cream, and now the price of ice cream is $20 because the price is fluctuating so much. That's where the danger becomes in, or that's where the danger comes in, like these currencies, right? Because you don't want to fluctuate. Imagine if you just bought a Tesla, you know, for one Bitcoin when it was $50,000, right? And now that Tesla that you just bought, if you were to trade it in for one Bitcoin again, you're only going to get back, if you return it or whatever, you're only going to get back, you know, 43,000. You lost $7,000 just for returning it, because that's what it is. It's just a weird dynamic of the currency. So I think the reason I'm a little nervous about Bitcoin is I really don't know where it's going to go, but I worry that it's going to have that solid value to where it's not going to go. It's not going to be like, it's not going to have another run. It's not going to be worth $500,000 one day, right? It's just going to be, and if you're invested in it, imagine if you're invested in it and you're getting flat returns. If you're getting 1% a year, it doesn't make any sense. You might as well be in especially for how dangerous it could be, you might as well be in a savings account or put it in a CD or something, you know, like, yeah. So that's kind of my thoughts on Dogecoin. I'm getting super far behind in the chat, but just bear with me, guys. We're moving along. 41 strike expires there. Diamond, I like that. Personally, I like that play. I worry about your break even though. That's the only part that I worry about. Corey not finished, but even throwing $10 into Dogecoin and establishing an account for later, yeah, that's actually a pretty good point. I do have a Coinbase account, but I think I don't know what I did. I'm not in it, so I don't use it. But yeah, that's actually a pretty good point. All right, catching up. Bambino says the fatigue is the whole thing of Hedgie's playbook. Yeah, it's the whole thing of the Hedgie's playbook. Good point. To wear and tear and demoralize, if you believe that. I'm more bullish, not financial advice, but I'm fine with holding. Yeah, that's a great point, maybe. You know, I'm fine with holding too. I do get a little bit of fatigue, and I'm sure a lot of people feel the fatigue, but you know, I just try to take a step, and that's why I'm looking at these other plays, because that money in my head is like gone, and so it's like, it's there, I'm not touching it. It's like, it's set it and forget it for me personally, and I'm just waiting and I'm chilling. But yeah, respect. Luke says thoughts on ATER. Right, I'm going to go through all ATER and all that good stuff in just a second. We're going to look at the Ortex numbers and everything there. Spawn says, been here. It's something about the squeeze. I just need to buy AMC, to sell, to buy AMC. I think I'm a little confused at your question. Should I sell all my AMC and GME and invest it all in Evergrande? Not sure about that. That sounds like my what did I invest in? My support investment. Macamania, what is up? Love the shirt, Corey. Way better than the stripes. Fair enough. I love the Flash. Flash is too cool. I can't wait for the movie. I hope it's good, because that show, The Flash, is fire. It's so good. Developers equal 25% of China's GDP, with Evergrande being 4%. Jeez, AMC isn't related to it, but it can have effects due to ripping. Okay, understood. Doge makes sense relative to the US dollar. All right. Velocity, I do not know anything about SDC, I don't think. We can take a look in the end, just remind me. All right, let's continue going through these, and then we're going to look at the Ortex info. So BBIG, another fall, right? It looks like a microscopic double bottom here. So I'm hoping for maybe we'll get that bullish reversal. I think it touched, yeah, see $6.95. So that kind of option would have been sick, because you would already be in the money if you would have got it for Friday. And if you would have picked it up, if you could tell, right, you can tell whenever it's like a crazy weird day of a sell-off, of just a down day, right? And if you can find that kind of option and like hop in, I don't know why I'm in puts. I don't play puts. And if you could have snagged it right here at this $7 option, I mean, wait, is this for Friday? 775 is the break even. Jeez. But you know, these options are getting too crazy for me. That implied volatility is what's getting you. My goodness. So anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so you know, could be options for or a great way to play an option here, but now we're over here on this. We broke this level of support that I was really liking. I think I wouldn't be surprised if we broke through it pretty easily tomorrow and it became a level of support again. But yikes, down 6.31%, ended at $7.28. ATER I am bullish on. I did like seeing it so high. It did touch. Actually, am I super far up in my option here? When was this? 9:13. No, I'm not super high up in my option, I don't think. I have to check it. But yeah, ATER looking pretty good. We'll see what happens with this. I wonder if it breaks through. I think if it needs to break past this level of resistance around here, around $13 or something. I'm trying to look at the candles back here and see if they line up. But you know, I wonder if we'll get like a huge... Gosh, I see so many different options. Like it could be like a huge like cup and handle, and then it takes off, like it goes all the way up, challenge it tests again, and then it dips down like down to $16, and then it takes off, or something like that. But we'll look at the short interest and see what's going on. Workhorse, I do have a position in. I do have a position in ATER, BBIG, and Workhorse. I do like all of those. They're heavily shorted. I feel like there's definitely a potential for a play, right? Just based on these short numbers, which is why I took those plays. ILUS, sure enough, I did not take a position in ILUS. Let's take a look at the 1 month and see what's been going on here. Oh my gosh, 5-day, just looking ridiculous. Oh my gosh. Oh, no options. See, I like to play options with these kinds of crazy plays just because I don't know, I'm psycho. Corsair, I feel like, is another heavily shorted stock. I don't have a position in Corsair, although it's very tempting to have a position in Corsair. But man, this one I really am curious what's going to happen, because based on these short numbers, it looks like it's ready to just take off and go to like the moon. But I just wasn't comfortable taking a position in it because I don't know if it has the momentum in the sentiment that these other heavily shorted stocks do. Nikola is definitely the most controversial one, probably, that I did take a position in based on the short interest numbers, and we'll take a look at why. And GREE, I wonder if they have short information in there just yet. I don't remember why I have this one on here, so I'm going to remove this. IRNT. I don't know why this is on here, but I'm going to remove that. Okay, so let's look at the Ortex and look at the information. So we'll start with, we'll just go down the list. We'll skip a few here. SBRT. No, I have to do BBIG. BBIG. ATER Workhorse. ILUS. Nikola, and GREE. Okay, well, we're gonna breeze through these because holy smokes, there's a lot. All right, we'll start with AMC. We're gonna go through, see what the sentiment is, the direction, and move on to the next one. Sentiment still moving in the right direction. It's been a little more, I don't want to say bearish, but the shares on loan has been going down just a tad. Usually we were setting higher lows, and then this time over here, so it looks like back over here it was 105, so it was the low, and then we did touch 103 here, yeah, and then we touched 103. We're heading back up, but you know, I want to see this trend line continue to be you know, in the upward direction, going, you know, this way up, because it seems like it almost had a reversal, not a reversal, but you know, I want to see it continue to move, because it looks like it's losing a little bit of steam, is what I meant to say, and I don't want to see that steam run out with everything going on. So that's just the shares on loan. That's just one metric. Let's take a look at the utilization. Utilization is one that we've been watching. And you know, we can see back here how it was previously, and I'm looking for that direction to go up. It seems like it is also losing just a little bit of steam. Not to say that this isn't extremely high. We've seen stocks move with this kind of utilization. We've also seen stocks move with all these numbers here, right? Everything is ready to go. I think it's looking for that little push, and I think once it gets that push, it'll finally be able to really get going, and then we'll see another run. I wouldn't be surprised if we had like a 30-30, you know, 50-100 or something crazy like that, and then we're at a new all-time high. But I think we just need to get there, right? And there's so many different things. It's so delicate right now. There's so many different things that could just tip the scale, and I think that it's gonna happen at the same time. William says, and I think we all agree on this, thousands of stocks are being heavily shorted. Most will squeeze together, and I keep finding that actually. We'll look at a stock, like somebody will recommend a stock to me, I'll pull it up and I'll see in January 27th, when AMC and Gamestop had their runs, and BlackBerry and all these other stocks, whenever they had their run in January, there are stocks that we had no clue, or I'll pull up a random stock that I'm just like researching, and it moved in January. Like it's wild how some of these things just move like crazy. Let's take a look at BBIG. So BBIG is one that I do have a position in. Let's see if I'm still happy with my position. Currently, the utilization is at 89.60, so heading in that downward direction. Still plenty enough for it to move, in my opinion. We saw it move over here in the last move around. It was at 87%, and it still continued to move. And yeah, so I feel pretty good about this position. Let's take a look at the shares on loan and see where they are. So they were at an all-time high. They recently went down a little bit from 28 million down to 22 million, and that's where we're sitting right now. Either way, plenty to go around. And the short interest also went down a little bit. Wow, it went all the way from this is 2026. Okay, the all-time high being 27.05. Currently it's at 22. And I think this is, again, plenty. We saw one move, you know, anything over, what was the smallest amount that we had seen? I think I saw one move at like 10% or something. Even anything over 10% is extremely high, I think, in my personal opinion. If anyone has a different number that they'd like to recommend, I'd be happy to read it. And so looking good. Not as bullish as, not as high as it was, and like I was excited for, because before it was over here at, you know, it was on this direction upward, and this was on September 8th. Even here it bounced on September 15th. It was pretty high, and more recently it's just kind of been declining over the past few days. So we'll see if this still moves in that direction. Either way, you know, we can see it stepping. The one thing I don't want to see it is go all the way back down to, what is this down here, under 10%. Even if it bounced over here at, you know, 15%, I'd still feel pretty good about it, just because of where AMC is at, and it looks solid. But so that's the ATER. I know someone asked me about ATER, and I can't remember who it was. I'm sorry, but let's take a look at what's going on over here. Utilization. This is why I like ATER. Utilization's still at 99.78%, right? Almost, you know, remember, it only goes up to 100%. And on this kind of move, I think that these shorts may have to cover a little bit, and we might see a little bit of a run. So I'd love to see that. The shares on loan at an all-time high, right? All-time high. This thing is ready to freaking rock and roll, I think. I really do. It is ready to rock and roll. And the short interest over here is not an all-time high. All-time high being 66.44. It's at 65.05, right? It is on its way back up, ready to run. I think it's gonna, whoa, did it have its move today? ATER only 6%. Yeah, this thing is rocking and rolling. Super solid. Super solid. I wonder when it's gonna have its next run. I wouldn't be surprised if this thing had its run shortly. Man, solid. All right, let's see what else we have going on. Ooh, man, see, this is the kind of stock, like, this is why I'm so bullish on ATER, and I'm just in it because those numbers looking solid. This is whenever I first got into BBIG, this is how the numbers were looking, and they just kind of started creeping down on me, which is a little sad, but still, they're extremely high. Workhorse. So this is one that I did take a position in. I think this one is very controversial, or one of the controversial ones. Nikola probably being a little more controversial, but Workhorse, let's take a look at these numbers, right? The shares on loan is at an all-time high, I think. 79, what is this? 79.8, 79.5. So basically an all-time high, again, trending upwards still, and look how flat it is. Like, that's why I'm so excited about this play. It's super flat over here, like, you're even trending downward while the shares on loan. This stock is heavily shorted. It is being heavily shorted, right? That's also why the utilization is at 100%. It's been at 100% since, look at this, since August 3rd. For 2 months, right? It's been at 100%. Or almost 2 months. It's been at 100%, which is why I'm so bullish on this stock. Like, I think if it just gets, again, a little bit of a tip, and it's going nuts, right? What did it go over here? 34, currently at 8. Oh yeah, yeah. I think this thing could go nuts. ILUS. Let's see what's been. Oh, I can't look at this one on here. I always forget. OTC. Nikola. Okay, so this is one that is a little a few of them are controversial, but you'll see why I'm very interested in it. Or actually, let me see something over here. What's up, John? Bambino says, for short interest, I assume the inverse of it. So if short interest is 10%, I look at that they're estimating it's overvalued by 10% for them to just break even. Okay. So let's start over here with the utilization for Nikola. It's at 99.4%, right? And remember, I was trying to find one that was around 100%, but this one was at around 100% from April 19th to May 19th for a whole month. And then it had its run from, from what we'll do, April was the low of, well, we'll just call average of $10, right? Average of $10, ran all the way up to a high of $20, so nothing too crazy, but you can see whenever it has these setups, right, around 100% utilization is when it has its moves, and that's why I'm so bullish on Workhorse. These shares on loan at an all-time high, right? All-time high, looking solid there. And the short interest isn't like super crazy. It's heading in like an upward direction if you look at it over here, but even then, like, it's at 37%. Stupid high, almost 38%, stupid high, right? Man, I feel like, look at these cost of borrows, my goodness, 200%. Oh my gosh, yo, this thing is ready to move. So that's what's going on with Nikola. And so I'm trying to see if there's anything updated over here for GREE, because I want it to, I was hoping it would update. As we all know, I took a position in here and I'm freaking scared as heck. Looks like if these cost to borrows are accurate, then I wonder if this stock is going to go nuts, right? Because we can see here the cost to borrow, 302%, the max 324%. I mean, whereas look at something like ATER, right, which I feel like is primed and ready to go. Excuse me. It's super high, right? Like look at ATER is at 200%. Stuff like Workhorse and stuff, which I'm bullish on, is at only at 6%, 11%. And we can see here 7%, where this one is actually 300%. If this is accurate, then holy smokes, like this thing could also move, right? But I just don't know if that's what the case is. So we'll have to see. Okay, so Lee asked an extremely important question, extremely valid question, extremely important question, especially if you've been holding AMC. Okay, do you get taxed on when you sell or when you pull out of your broker? Lee, I have done extensive research on this because I was very concerned about this, but from my understanding, you get taxed whenever you sell your position, not when you pull it from your broker. So if you sell, short-term gains or long-term, whatever it's going to be, if you sell, taxes. Sorry, I clapped. Hope that wasn't too loud. If you sell, taxes. Even if you leave it in your brokerage, right? Now, this is for if you have a traditional trading. From my understanding, if you have an IRA, I don't think it's taxed until you are, until you like pull out the money. And so that's what I believe there. But yes, whenever you sell your position. But yeah. All right, so I'm in like this group chat and people are texting like crazy. And so that's everything here that I wanted to go over. Let me see. Angelina says, I bought and sold ATER. I made a few hundred. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It might be time to buy the dip again. I don't know, though. Bro, please. Please. I'm trying to see. I'm just liking this. I'm liking it a lot. Yeah, that's what I have. Core depends on which vehicle you're using. Yeah, so there's the... Yeah, I think it depends on the vehicle. Roth IRA, when you withdraw. Right, so if it's a Roth IRA, then you withdraw. If it's a regular trading, if it's a regular... what's it called? Oh, yeah, Velocity. Thank you. SDC. Oh, Small Direct Club. Yes, okay. So... Let's see. Yes, you're taxed. Exactly. Okay. And you're taxed on your profit. Thank you, Tim. That is a very important distinction. You're taxed on your profit. Okay. Good. Yeah. Thank you. Very important. Only on your profit. And Tax My Attendees. I really like this website. Actually, if you haven't used it, Tax My Attendees. I think it's just taxmyattendees.com. Yeah. Taxmyattendees.com. You enter your info. Blah blah blah, your income, your stock, like how much, blah blah blah. You enter and you just get just manipulate these numbers to work how you need it to work, and it breaks it down here. It's actually pretty great. I really like using it. Very simple, but very useful. No, nope, not me. That's not me. I just clicked a random one. Single. Technically. Can you imagine she barges in? Single. And I don't live in Arizona either. Correct, Corey. But then yearly taxes also come into play. Yeah, it's a whole thing. It is a whole thing. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue over here with a Smile Direct Club. I think we already talked about Smile Direct Club, but to go over, yes, Tax My Attendees. Thank you, Devin. Tax my attendees. Smile Direct Club. I think we had talked about it. I really am not educated enough on like exactly what's going on with them to know which way they're going to go. I do think that their company, their business model is actually pretty dang cool. And let's see, let's take a look at the financials, see the profit and what's going on. We'll look at it annually and just get a little snapshot here. We can see they've been increasing like crazy. My concern, and I remember when I talked about this, my concern when what is going to happen with you know, in 2020, right? And this is where I go to kind of my more logical thought process whenever looking at like stocks and stuff, is what happened in 2020, right? People were quarantined, and we know that stocks like home stocks, right? Like furniture, home improvement, that kind of stuff, right? We'll just call it home improvement stocks. All went up, you know, things like Zoom, of course. But whenever I think about home improvement stocks, why do they go up? Well, people are at home, they're freaking bored, or they had to buy equipment like desks and stuff, right, to sit at, and that's like what happened. Now, my question is, you know, were people at home and they were like, you know what, now's a great time to get my teeth fixed, right? To get my teeth straightened while I'm going to be quarantined or whatever, you know, like, I don't know. Or maybe it's actually the opposite, where people couldn't go to dentists. So they didn't know that they wanted to do Smile Direct Club, so they didn't do it. Or something like that, because I think it's kind of weird that they pulled back a little bit. Granted, they're still doing way better than they did in 2018. They just pulled back a little bit from 2019. And keep in mind, I'm only looking at gross profit here, and for all I know, there's a number down here that explains it. If they like tripled their marketing costs, but they were still like very, very profitable, but just down a little bit on paper, then that could be that. But you know, that's what I'm thinking. Even their net income, well, this is actually pretty interesting. Their net income, oh no, this is gross profit. Yeah, so there could be numbers in here that explain that, but so that's the only thing there. Institutional ownership 21.16% is solid, pretty solid there. We have Vanguard, BlackRock in here, I saw, so pretty legit. Analyst targets $11 is the high, average of $7.13, and a low of $4. Currently, it's at $6.49, up 5% in the after hours, though. So that's what's going on with that. I don't think it's a heavily shorted stock, and I do want to get this pulled up over here because I like to show people like not everything is a short play, right? And there we go. And so this is why everything, you know, William says Smile Direct has lawsuits. Yikes. So big yikes. But let's take a look if Smile Direct Club has any kind of, if it's heavily shorted or anything. Oh, they are heavily shorted. I had no clue. Okay, heavily shorted right here. Utilization at 95%. Not the all-time high, but pretty dang close, which it doesn't really matter if it's an all-time high for that. Shares on loan is right next to the all-time high, right? Basically, I would still count this as the all-time high, just so you know. I count this as the all-time high. So especially since I guess I had a little bit of move, but either way, it's extremely high. I'll call it the all-time high. Short interest also at an all-time high. Let me see, 46% back here, 49. We hit the all-time high again. So man, this stock actually could be on a room for a run, especially if you look at it on like a 6 month here. You can see it's been going down. A little cup. I don't know if I see a hand here. I don't know if I'd count this as the handle or this is the handle. But either way, this actually could be a pretty legit play if they haven't moved yet. Let me see. They've been bouncing a little bit, but I don't know if they've actually, but the short interest continues to go up and the shares on loan continue to go up even as this continues to climb, right? So this actually could be a pretty dang legit play. I don't think I'm going to take a position in it because I'm already spread a little thin, but not bad. Not a bad find. That's not all. That's extremely high. Oh, no. if we're Let's meet your ball and chain, Corey. Yeah, we'll have to do something with her. I'll let you guys know. I'll let her know you guys want to see her. Oh, quick update, really quick. So I'm actually, believe it or not, I'm gonna be out of town for the starting on Wednesday. I'm not gonna be able to stream for the rest of the week. It's freaking crazy. So it's wild and crazy. Well, Wednesday I won't technically be out of town, but I'll be busy. I won't be able to live stream. I might be able to make a video, but no promises. So we'll have to see what happens there. But quick heads up there. All right, we'll take a look at Diane stocks, and we'll call it. Numi. Okay, so what is going on with Numi Wellness? TSVX. There's so many different dang things around here. Okay, so Numi was up, dang, up 9% on the day. Let's see if Numi is anything in Ortex. Oh, thank you, Diane. So we can do that instead of super chats and buy that and buy gear. Yeah, Bambino, I know you're right. I just need to do it. Utilization has been at 100% since July 26th. Holy baloney. Shares on loan is not an all-time high, but pretty high. And I think that's what we have. We don't have the short interest actually in here, but yeah, unfortunately, I can't really see much about Numi. What are they don't even have a profile in here. Yeah, I can't really see anything here. Let's see if I can see that other one really quick. ZIVA. Yeah, you guys find some pretty good plays, Lee. I'm not gonna lie. Diamond has the guts to go after them, though. You know what I mean? Like you too, but man, you guys have guts. I'm too scared. See this stock right here? This retracement is it. Look at this. It was up like crazy during the day, and then it just fell. We can see here it was up 66% on the day, down 13.52% right now. Looks wild. What does the 5-day look like? Yeah, I don't know why it looks just so crazy, but yeah, not much I can really see here with this one. Yeah, I have a Venmo and I have PayPal. Yeah, I need to figure this out. It's just, gosh dang, it's just so much. But you're right. I didn't make you do anything. You did it on your own. Yeah, but that's what I have, guys. So I will be on tomorrow. I will not be on Wednesday for the rest of the week. All right, and I'll remind you guys tomorrow. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and call it there. I'm gonna go get some food, hang out with my fiance. I'll let her know you guys want to see her, and we'll go from there. All right. So you guys have a fantastic night. We'll catch you tomorrow. Peace.